Attorney General Jeff Landry will be sworn in as Louisiana's 57th governor on January 8th. Though the inauguration will certainly be a career highlight, Landry's ascent in the political world began decades earlier. I take a deep dive into Landry's past as we prepare for a new chapter in Louisiana politics.
I'm Jeff Landry. People say that Louisiana is blessed with an abundance of natural resources, but I believe our greatest natural resource is its people.
Attorney General Jeff Landry's bid for governor was highly anticipated after Senator John Kennedy declined to enter the race in early 2023. Landry was the first Republican to announce his candidacy. He formally launched his campaign with a 7-minute-long Twitter video detailing a few of the goals on his political agenda, including crime and education.
I am not running for governor. We are running for governor. We need to work together as a team. This election is not about me. It's about you.
The rest of his campaign strategy largely relied on television and radio ads, positioning him as a seasoned Louisiana politician, eager to take on the role. Despite only participating in one televised debate, he was victorious, beating out 4 other Republicans and 1 Democrat. He took 51.6% of the vote, which eliminated the need for a runoff, something that hadn't been achieved since the Jindal administration in 2012.
Tonight's election says that our state is united, and it's a wake-up call. It's a message that everyone should hear loud and clear, that we, the people of this state, are going to expect more out of our government from here on out.
Though the landslide victory surprised some, it was born out of years of public service, starting during his early life in St. Martin Parish. Landry was born in St. Martinville in 1970 to 2 working-class parents, Al and Edna Landry. He credits them with pushing him to appreciate hard work and the community of rural Louisiana, values he put to action by joining the National Guard right after high school. He served for 11 years, winning several titles in the process, including the Army Achievement Medal and the Louisiana War Cross. From there, Landry jumped into several different fields, working a stint in law enforcement and then getting a law degree. That's where political analyst Jim Inkster says his career really began.
He has a background that is pleasing as far as when you look at it. It's not a cookie-cutter resume. So he learned the wheels of power at the Capitol at an early stage in life. And from there, he went on ultimately to run for the state senate himself. And in 2007, just 16 short years ago, he lost to Troy Hebert by 568 votes. So his foray into electoral politics as far as the legislature was not successful, but he went on from there and was elected to Congress.
During that time, Landry served on several committees, including the Committee on Natural Resources, the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, and the Committee on Small Business. Much of Landry's congressional career is defined by staunch Republican values and environmental policies. During his time in office, he supported legislation that opposed the Affordable Care Act, and he sponsored a pro-life bill. Though Landry has a track record of casting bipartisan votes, he was also named one of the top 5 most conservative congressmen.
He's a conservative, there is no doubt, and he was elected in 2010. His seat that he won opened up when Charlie Melanson, the incumbent, challenged David Vitter and lost, but Jeff Landry won that seat, and of course that was when Barack Obama was president of the United States, and he opposed President Obama, but so did the other members of the Republican delegation. There's no doubt as to where he stands on the political issues of the day.
Landry's congressional tenure ended in 2013 after his district was redrawn. But 3 years later, Landry took another political office, Louisiana's Attorney General, beating out incumbent Buddy Caldwell. Landry's stint as Attorney General is possibly his most controversial role. His career is defined by lawsuits opposing the COVID-19 vaccine mandate, ushering in restrictions for children's library books, and efforts to dull the opioid crisis. And he often opposed Governor Edwards' policies. But will the past be prologue?
The question now is, as governor, he'll probably look at things a different way. You know, hopefully, prayerfully, we won't have a pandemic, but governors and attorneys general are often different. They have to make different decisions because they serve different constituencies.
One issue Landry and the governor did agree on was abortion. But he wasn't without criticism during his campaign.
Mr. Landry. Your opponent on stage, John Schroeder, launched a $1 million campaign, television advertising campaign, implying that you are tied to cronyism and corruption. We want to give you an opportunity to address those accusations tonight. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, look, what you see on TV, unfortunately, does us in those types of attacks, does nothing to focus on the issues that are plaguing the state.
Ultimately, Landry's victory ushers in a new era in Louisiana politics. A Republican head of state will shift a bipartisan capital into a Republican supermajority, something Louisiana hasn't seen in a long time. Regardless of expectations and opinions, only time will define Landry's legacy as governor.